How to make $14,000 in 12 trading days. In this video, I'm going to show you. Let's go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video you asked for it and I'm a man of the people, so I'm going to show you exactly the stats, the setups, and things that I did in this 150k MFF Pro account to make $14,000 in 12 trading days, including a payout. Actually more than $14,000 because I also took a $2,000 payout. I'm going to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly, and then we're going to put an emphasis on the ugly because there is a lot to learn from that moment, and it stands out like a sore thumb on the calendar. You're not going to believe it. Some of you probably already seen it, but we're going to go into the details of what that day looked like in today's video. As we move forward right now, great deals going on at My Funded Futures. The Pro plan is available right now at a nice discount. You can use coupon code all caps JESSEW, should get you 30% off on the MFF Pro account. And you got a bunch of other different discounts going on down there in the description and comment section of this video. Apex 85% off, Take Profit Trader 40% off, Trade Day as well coming in with a good discount. E8, check them out down there. Lucid 30% off, and we got a bunch more down there, so check them out. Description and comment section of this video. Coupon code all caps JESSEW. Let's jump into it. All right, guys, so here you have the trading curve from this account. We started off here, and now we got all the way up here. Real nice peak here of $164,000, 247 balance in the account. So what is that? 16,000 and change. We came big dip all the way down here to 158, and we climbed it back up, took a payout as well along the way. You can see here I'm up $12,000 right now net profit in the account. Profit above buffer 7,300. Current equity balance 161,924, basically 162,000 bucks. So I am down, what is that, $2,000 from all-time highs. Not bad considering, especially I took already a $2,000 payout out of the account. And we scroll on down here, you could see when the account started. Starting date was March 9th, obviously sim funded. You see all the details there. We got to keep on trading here to get to the next payout day. The Pro accounts, you can take a payout every 14 days. You don't have to trade every single day or anything like that, right? You could take a trade, 5 out of the 14 days or 2 out of the 14 days for whatever, and you could still reach payout. So as long as you meet all these other requirements, of course. You can scroll on down here. You see your minimum buffered amount after MLL lock, minimum withdrawal amount. You could see here's $1,000. All right, so I could take a $7,000 payout if I wanted, but we'll go ahead and scroll on down here. You see my current payout request that was already approved. They approved it within seconds. I'm not even exaggerating. Seconds. I put in for the payout in the morning, and I went about trading. And when I was done trading, I went back and I saw my email. I posted it, and I got the email confirmation of my request, the approval, and the sent to my bank account all within the same 1 minute, meaning it took seconds from start to finish. So that's crazy. Net P&L, basically 14,000 bucks. Here's my first trading day. All right, on the 12th, 161 bucks. Most people, oh, Jesse, why does it say 0? I don't know, okay? I don't know. You click it, nothing happens. It's just 0. But when you save it and you download it, it tells you how many trades were in there, which we are going to do in this video. So I can show you how many trades I took at any given day. Now, most people will talk about, oh, on the first day, I try to make the biggest amount of money possible. I can give myself a buffer. So they'll swing for the fences on day one with a very small amount of profit. Well, no profit, honestly, in the account, just a small amount of buffer, and they'll either blow it or they'll make some money that day, and I didn't want to do that. I don't really ever try to do that on my first trades in the account because that's just a surefire way to blow it up real quick. Learned that the hard way as I progressed and started trading props years ago. My second day right here, 2,800 bucks, so basically $3,000. Now I'm like, okay, you know what? Now we got basically 3,000 bucks going on. We can start to get a little bit more aggressive, but not too aggressive. We'll take whatever comes. Then you got the next day, 351 bucks. We'll see another small day. But you could see, it's what I always tell you guys. People ask me, Jesse, what type of goals do you have? What's the daily profit target? How much you got to make? None. Zero goal. I come in and I'm going to take what the market lets me take. That's it. It could be a couple bucks or it could be a bunch of bucks. But I'm just going to try to take what the market gives me. That's it. Look at the next day, 1,200 bucks. Look at the next day after that, 284 bucks. That's all I could get. This was an overnight trade, and I'll explain to you how I did that. 5,100 bucks, right? The next day, pressed a little bit more, 3,000 bucks. Why? Because now I have a really nice buffer, right? So I was able to pressed again and got slapped up. Okay. Next day, bang, right back to it. Day after that, pressed way too much. This was a catastrophic day. This account got severely hurt on that day because that wasn't my lowest moment. Like my lowest P&L on the day was probably at least $2 or $3 more thousand on top of this. Wild. The next day I came in and I said, okay, we're going to be prudent. We're going to put some money in the pocket and then we're going to leave plenty of buffer and we're going to keep trading this account. And let's see what we can do. So you can see right here, I put $2,000 in my pocket in a payout and I made $2,100 on the day. So I was like, okay, we can do this. The very next day, look at that, another $3,000. So pretty much already made back this L. You know, the week is basically a wash, you could say, but I made back this L. Okay, so here's the calendar when I downloaded it. Roughly here on the week, we made $3,800. I could have made, if this day wouldn't have happened, it would have been a banger week, but this day happened. We only made $3,800 on the week. Okay, now look, 3 trades, 37 trades. Definitely a bit of an over trading session there, but we made $2,900. And I remember exactly how that happened. I made a good amount of profit initially, and then, which was a little bit less than that. And then I decided to press with small size. Press. And I got a lot of losers. But every time I got a winner, it was a good size winner. And we beefed it up here all the way up to, I think I was up, a little bit over 3,000. And I wound up at 2.9, called it a day. 4 trades. Look at that. 4 trades, $351. 4 trades, $1,200. 9 trades, $284. 21 trades, $5,000. 5,200. We had an overnight trade. Then I traded intraday. Okay. So I made a little bit over $4,000 in the overnight trade. And then I added to it in the morning. 9 trades, $3,100. Okay. Look, 24 trades, negative 3,000. 12 trades, 4,000. 5 trades, 2,000. 9 trades, 3,000. 55 freaking trades, 5.5. Look, whenever you see something like that, you see 337. This was an oddball there, but nice P&L day. You know, bang, bang. You could see, right, that I'm primarily 20 trades or less. 20 trades or less. Okay, remember that counts scaling in and out, and I scale in and out of trades. Okay, so when you see this on somebody's calendar, 55 trades, over trading. Okay, that's over trading. Now, Jesse, why did you overtrade that day? Because I broke every single rule in the book, in my trading book. Every rule, I threw it out the window. I traded on emotions. I revenge traded. I oversized. Everything that could go wrong went wrong that day. And I allowed it to get there because I knew the rules, my personal trading rules, and I still broke them. Okay, why did I break them? Because I was trading from an emotional standpoint. That's why I think I was down over $8,000 and I won. Okay, I was up 1,900. Then I was red. Then I was green again, $600. Then I was red again. Then I, unrealized, had $1,000 or something like that in my hand. Let it go again. And so on and so forth until to the point where I was like, okay, I traded all day. I was like, that's it. We're done. It's over. You know, at that point where I knocked it down to 5.5, I think I was like at $6,000 red or something. I was like, I'm done. I was exhausted, to be honest. I could have just kept my $1,900 from the morning and this calendar would look a lot better. Don't overtrade. Here's the March P&L. $13,924. We scroll on down. Best trade, $9,700, almost $9,800. Worst trade, $3,500. That's good, right? My best trade is 3 times that of my worst trade. My average winning trade, 727. My average losing trade, 559. Again, bigger than the loser. Number of trades, 183. Contracts, 523 in total. My win rate, 48%. Oh, you have to have an 80%. Look at me, 85%, 90% win rate. You don't need that. You could have a 30% win rate and still be a profitable trader. My win rate is generally in the 50 percentile. Generally. Sometimes I creep into the 60, but mostly in the 50s. That's where I live. That's where I've lived for a very long time. And it's fine with me. Why? Because look at my average losing trade. Look at my average winning trade. That means I make money. My worst trade, my best trade, I make money. Right? When I'm wrong, I cut them. And when I'm right, I let them run and they get bigger than the ones I cut. Profit factor 1.2. And a lot of this has to do with this day, for sure. Okay? I'd easily be over 50%. I'd easily be over 50%, and that profit factor would probably be closer to 1.7. All right? Performance by trade duration. Overall, there you go. I'm negative on trades that are 15 seconds or less, that are 45 seconds and less. I'm negative. Okay? That are 2 minutes and less, here I'm negative. This is on average. meaning that I'm cutting my losers a lot quicker and I'm letting my winners run. 2 minutes, profitable. 2 to 5 minutes, profitable. 5 minutes to 10 minutes, crazy profitable. 10 minutes to 30 minutes, very profitable. 30 minutes to an hour, very profitable. Okay. 4 hours to 24 hours, profitable. So I cut my losers fast. You have to learn to cut your losers fast. Don't hold and hope. Okay. That you could take that. If you take anything from this video, it's look at this metric right here and see what is Jesse doing here. He's got loser, 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 but they're all short time frames. Like he's not holding on to these losers for hours. In other words, okay. Scroll on down. Trade by count by duration. Trade count by duration. You could see here exactly that. I don't think that's a huge thing to know. Win rate by trade duration. 30 minutes to an hour, I'm at 100% accuracy. 10 minutes to 30 minutes, 75% accuracy. 5 minutes to 10 minutes, 73% accuracy. 2 minutes to 5 minutes, 66% accuracy. Okay. My accuracy is pretty damn good on that rate. But where do I live? Where are my best numbers? When I hold for at least 2 minutes, let's call it 1 minute to hourly, trade. 4 to 24 hours, 50% accuracy. Overall accuracy, 48%. Now let's scroll up here because they have something really cool in this dashboard where you could see long and short, right? You could also see daily, weekly, but obviously who cares because this account's just 12 days in. Okay. So you see here, trade duration. Let's go to short. $16,113 made going short at my peak. Okay. Performance by trade duration. Long, 10,000. And my longs are 15 to 45 seconds. Look, when I tell you that I'm a better bear than bull, I'm being honest. And the numbers don't lie. It's as simple as that. And you could see that in here. So if you got enough trades in there, go dive into that dashboard and take a look at it. You can scroll on here and you can see, look, buy, short, 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 short. Look, a $6,000 trade, short. It was short for 13 minutes. Another a long here for almost $1,200, 8 minutes. Let's see. Look, another $5,000 trade. It was a short, 10 minutes. $2,600, short, 2 minutes. And you could just see everything, trade after trade after trade. As you can see, you're mostly seeing short because I'm a better bear than bull. I just am. I'm more comfortable short than I am long. Honestly, I wish it was the other way around, but I mean, I'm glad it isn't right now because the market's dumping, as we already know. So I'm taking full advantage of that. Okay, so then we're going to go into one of the setups that I've traded. But before we do that, one of the main things I want you to take away from this video is the stats. And it's not about a look at me stat because look, 48% win rate, come on. It's about this. Average loser smaller than the average winner. Best, worst loser is way significantly smaller than my best winner. That's what you want to make sure that you're always doing. If you can do that more often than not, you're going to do very well. You don't have to be worried about having a high win percentage. Nothing against anybody that has their average loss be bigger than their average winner. If they have a high win rate, that's perfectly fine. And there are times where I do trade that negative RR. There's times that I do. It's just something that happens. Why? Because I've been trading long enough now. I think next year maybe it's 10 years of trading that I'm comfortable in various different types of tactics and strategies. I'm comfortable in them. It's just what it is. And I can adjust to market conditions because I've seen a few market conditions. I didn't start doing this 5 years ago, when COVID. No, I started this basically 10 years ago. So I'm comfortable in it. But if you don't have a very high win rate, you need to have average win dollar amount that's bigger than your average loss. That's the only way you're going to win. Okay, so here is the trade where I made $4,400 or something like that. It was an awesome trade, I'll tell you. So the night before, this was a 10-hour long trade. The night before, I identified some levels. I posted about them in the Discord. Discord is free. You can check it out in the description if you want. And if anything, if you don't see the link there, just in the comment section, tell me, please give me the Discord link and I'll come back around and I'll give you the Discord link. It's free. So I posted the chat in the Discord chat. Hey guys, this is the level I'm looking at. And here's my screenshot. And it was a screenshot of my orders being placed. My sell order, which was, to get short, and my stop loss zone. Okay. And here it is. I got short right in here in this 24,725 area. And my stop loss was up here at 24,765 zone. Okay. That's it. That's all it was. And I put that order out because I identified on the 4-hour chart that level as previous support zone. We were bouncing into it. I'm thinking it's going to turn into resistance. I want to be short in front of that level, and I'm going to give myself a stop loss generously above that level to allow for any sort of misbehavior or in the overnight. So I put that trade on. Well, I put those orders on, and I went about my evening. Okay, I did that around 7 something in the afternoon, in the evening, and I went about my evening, dinner with the family, with TV, put the kid to bed, etc., etc. And I went to sleep. And when I went to sleep, I didn't know that my order had filled or not. Honestly, look, it filled before I even went to sleep. Before 11 p.m., this thing had already filled. And it had filled by, dude, I almost missed it. I don't try to get the perfect entry. I just try to get my entry and trade the level. But I got as perfect as possible. I basically almost top ticked the damn thing. I don't even know if my damn order was ever, like my trade was ever in the red, to be honest, and realized, but that's where I got short. And I went to sleep. And I woke up the next day in the morning, and frankly, I had almost forgotten about this thing. I said, because I looked on my phone before I got out of bed, and I was like, I don't think, like I didn't look at Tradeovate. I looked at the futures, and I was like, I don't think I got a fill. Because it was too damn close. I was like, I don't think I got a fill. And we had dumped so hard. I was like, man, what a shame. I'd easily be up $4,000. Whatever. Came to the room, fired up the computer, and to my surprise, bang, big old fat winner was there. And I immediately took it right here. I mean, honestly, I should have held on. We were bouncing into previous support. Maybe that would turn out to be resistance and fade. And I do remember we faded that some more. But look, man, whatever. I took it right there. I think it was $4,400. And you know what I did? Support and resistance. That's all I did. Here's another one. This one was a day trade. Okay, this is a day trade pretty damn close right after the bell, which is something I rarely do these days. Here is your open, and wait, no, here's your open, I think. And I get short, really tight stop. I get stopped out. I immediately jump right back in, and look at that. All the way down here. So we're short from up here, 24,280. 24,290, 270 something, no, 290 something, and I'm taking it off here, 24,117. Sorry, 24,177. More than made up for the initial loss. Put money in the pocket. Again, using nothing more than support and resistance. Nothing fancy, no fancy indicators, just support and resistance based off of a larger time frame. That's all. And we wrap it up here with Psalms 37:4. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Now, guys, God's never going to give you something that's going to harm you. So think about it this way. If you have a desire and he hasn't given it to you, it's either not the right time yet, or it's not the right thing for you. So be very, very weary of that, because sometimes you'll think, oh, well, God's not going to bless me with this because of whatever reason. But the reality is that if it's something that's going to take you away from him, he's probably not going to want to give that to you. So take delight in the Lord. If you delight yourself in the Lord, then your desires are going to actually align with him and his plan for your life. Look, man, my life has gone through so many different whirlwinds. Like I'm going to go here. Nope. God's like, nope, you're going over there. I'm going to go over here. He's like, okay, we can do this. And then I'm like, okay, but I'm going to go over here now. He's like, nope, you're coming back over here. It has been one of those. And it's funny how things progress and how things change and how things that I have now, there's no way he would have given me 10 years ago or 15 years ago, because I probably would have just destroyed it all. Honestly, the success I've achieved at this point, if I would have had this earlier, I probably would have destroyed it. But I've aligned myself more with him and delighted myself more with the Lord. So it makes total sense that now, since my desires and my delight is aligned with him, I am able to get the other blessings as he's had for me, which I have wanted, because everything's aligning. It's not of my own doing, but of his, because if it was of my own doing, I'd just be a disaster. Honestly, I'd be a decent disaster. Well, that's it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Remember to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you are alerted when I upload my videos and go live. I upload videos Mondays and Thursdays, go live Wednesday mornings, and do some Glowback stuff here and there as well. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to catch you on another one. Peace.